What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Cheap Home Finds. I am Kay, and today I want to talk about how I found a laundromat for $16,000 on Zillow, all right? Hidden on Zillow. So without further ado, let's get started. So I know this channel is called Cheap Home Finds, so you're saying, Kay, why are you talking about a laundromat? Well, because it's a really good deal. It's under $20,000, and I wanted to bring this information to you, all right? So let's get started. How I will outline this video is, first of all, I will go over the pictures. I will go over other pertinent information that an investor may find handy with my assessment. But of course, with all of these properties that I highlight on my channel, make sure you do your own due diligence. All right, so let's get it. So this is a laundromat in Kansas. Now, first of all, the price will always be here. So it's $16,500 and the address will be here. I know on my other two channels, 10K Property Report and also Money Moves with Kay, a lot of folks say, hey Kay, where's the address? How can I contact these folks? XYZ. All the information is on the Zillow listing. So you, part of your due diligence, will go ahead and check that out. Okay. So this property, this laundromat was built 1915 and it's 784 square feet. All right. So let's go to the pictures, as I said earlier, and discuss. Let's enlarge it first and talk about, the pictures. I see that there are 4 pictures listed here that are photographed here. And if you are a realtor, make sure that you have plenty, even the back, right? Plenty of pictures so the buyer or those who are assessing the purchase of the sale can have adequate, pictures to make a decision, all right? So we don't waste each other's time. So this is one of the pictures. See if I can enlarge it. Oh, can't enlarge it, but that's okay. So this is one of the pictures, and I don't see, and I'll get to the description in just a second, and I'll get some of those details to highlight why you may not see, any water lines, any hookups. It looks like they converted it. I don't know if this is an office or what it is, right? But it's not a laundromat currently, right? So again, it was built in 1915. Let's go to the next picture and see if we can get or gather any more information. I see a TV here. Again, I don't see, those washer dryer hookups within this space. It's a smaller space. It's under 1,000 square feet. So yeah, it does have one bathroom. This is the bathroom that is pictured. So that's a good sign, right? But it doesn't look, as far as the interior is concerned, it doesn't look like the traditional laundromat that you would go to wash clothes and dry clothes. So let's go back to the listing and try to figure out what in the world is going on with this particular listing. Okay. So the number one thing that I see, or I want to highlight for those folks who are doing due diligence and you are interested, is that this is a single family residence. Okay. It says it's zoned single family residence. I'm going to go down in just a second to the features, the facts and features of the property to gather even more information. But let's see what was written for the description. And as you can see, there's nothing written. Okay. But we can see that it has been listed for 163 days, 282 views, 17 saves. Okay. So a couple people have saved this property. Facts and features. This is very important when you're assessing each and every property on Zillow. It kind of runs down even more specifics that you would need. Okay. So it doesn't have a basement, doesn't have a fireplace. It does have one bathroom, and they're considering that bathroom a half bathroom. 784 square feet. So not a big space, as we mentioned earlier. And right here it says home type single family. So the reason why I wanted to highlight that is because if you are an investor and you're interested in having a laundromat on or within your portfolio, this, from what I can see, all right, what I would encourage you to do is cross-reference this with the tax assessors for this county to see the zoning. Zoning is very important, especially in this particular case. You're looking for commercial or mixed-use zoning or something to that sort so that you would be able to operate this as a laundromat in the event that that's what you wanted to operate it as, okay? And in just a second, hold tight with me. I will show you Google Maps or Google Earth, of the actual property in the street so we can get the lay of the land and try to figure out how this looks, where it's located. And if you're in Kansas, this particular area of Kansas, Smith Center, Kansas, comment below and let me know, was this an old laundromat or was this just a commercial or a single family residence as its zone? So keep that in mind as you're going through this property. that it is currently zoned from what we see on Zillow as single family, you may do further research and say, hey, I found on the tax assessors that it is mixed use or commercial use, and you may have a gold mine on your hands, especially if this is a well-functioning town with, and you'll see in a second, there is some foot traffic. I don't know how big this town is, how small, but it may be a potential, right? Maybe. That's your own due diligence for that. So I like to look on listings here. It typically has the annual taxes, the property taxes. Here, it does not list it, which gives you another incentive to go over to the tax assessors for this county and find out what are your property taxes, because that's very important, right? So they're saying the Zestimate in this area is $911 a month. That could be correct. It may not be correct. That is up to you to try to figure out, what is the rental rate in this area, especially if you're trying to leave it as a single family residence and maybe convert this into a living space. Okay. Let's check out Google Earth for just a second to try to grasp our mind around what's going on here. So this is the subject property right here. As you can see, it appears to be like a downtown area, right? So I would only imagine that there could be some foot traffic, but it does appear to me, and again, if you are from this area or you know anything about this area of Kansas, make sure you comment below. It does appear to me that this particular property is, First National Bank, cool. This property is, this town, is a smaller town, right? It doesn't appear that it's, a big town. And I do see at the bottom here, this was last done in 2012, so it needs some updating. This is the Google map that is, or Google Earth that is a little bit dated, okay? So this would truly help if you had boots on the ground. If you are in the area, fantastic. If you are not in the area, I would definitely try to either get someone to check it out for you, or you go yourself, depending on where you're located. So in my mind, how it looks, it appears that it should be zoned commercial and not single family. That's an odd zoning for this part of this area, right? You see banks over here, you see commercial properties, but in the event that it is a mixed use property, that would be phenomenal, a lot better with regards to the zoning and what you can do, because you want to, with any property that you are seeking, you want to use the property for its highest and best use, right? So if you can do multiple things with a property, why not do that? Let me go back up to the property and see what we have. And again, this Google Earth is a little dated, and that's okay. I just needed to get an idea of, or a vibe or a sense of the community. And I definitely get small town vibes, but I could be wrong. Let me know. This is the property that I found. I really wanted to bring it to you guys on this channel. If you are interested in other properties like these and you like these type of deals, make sure you first of all subscribe to this channel, but also check out Money Moves with K. That's my other channel. And my third channel is 10K Property Report, where I highlight properties for $10,000 or less. But for this channel, I'm looking at all type of cheap finds, real estate in general, right? So thank you for hanging with me to this point in the video. If you did so, make sure you comment below cheap. It allows me to know you made it this far in the video, and I truly do appreciate it. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.